Woo.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
And a woo for you. All right, and cool. We're live over here.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're almost live. We're live in a couple
almost
seconds.
live.
Okay.
It's trying to go live. And cool, we live. So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today we got another wonderful episode of Beats Vibes Life. Oh, it's a special episode though. Special episode.
This is my best line.
To the far left.
The far left.
All the way to the left.
Beat producer extraordinaire. Superstar beat maker.
Huh?
Drum pattern hitter.
Okay.
ARCKATRON.
Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube world. Hello, IG world.
Woo.
We out here in the place to be. I'm on the MIC, or we on the MICs.
Yes.
And we about to do this, whatever we're going to do. What's today we doing? What we doing today?
Well, we going to get into we
gonna get
we
what
got a
we gonna
review
do?
for you.
But you can,
Yeah.
ARCKATRON, that's
We-
my name.
we-
Y'all know
we-
me. Y'all know me.
Now, to my left, an esteemed guest, producer extraordinaire of creative content, if you will, logistical tactician, Angelica Robinson.
Hi, guys. Hi, YouTube. Hi, IG. Hey.
Now, usually, he brings an album, I bring an album. We hash it out, like how we feeling. Do we still like it? Do we like it? Is it good? Is it bad? But today, we got that woo. Oh, yes, we do. And a woo for you.
Woo for you.
So we're gonna be reviewing season 1. It might be the only season, but season
Whoa,
1.
whoa. No talk.
I don't think we've got a confirmation of season 2 yet.
Don't
don't,
discuss across
but
the
still.
table until we're ready to discuss.
Okay.
It's like spades. Don't talk across the table, man.
Season 1 of Wu-Tang,
We
an
foreshadowing your
American
ideas.
Saga.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if you didn't know, Hulu has a show, Wu-Tang, the American Saga. It's about the Wu-Tang Clan. It follows them as they're, of course, going through their saga of becoming the Wu-Tang Clan. So, before we get started, we have our guest here, Angelica. What were your initial thoughts after watching the whole season? How did you feel about it?
After watching the entire season?
Yeah,
or just
entire
like
season.
episode 1?
Just like
Entire season, the whole thing.
Overall idea, I guess.
Man, that's some beautiful blackness right there. It is. Listen. If you want to invest in a good story, in good storytelling, for real, this is how I feel. This is how I feel about it. Okay? I'm not knocking your opinions. I'm just saying.
No, we going with you.
We already know what Mike feel about it.
There is some solid storytelling in season 1. Solid storytelling.
Cool. ARCKATRON, how do you feel about season 1 of Wu-Tang, an American Saga?
See y'all giddy over there because you know how I feel about certain things. 'Cause I'm a Wu head. But actually, I agree with Angelica that actually it was good storytelling. That's probably the strongest thing in this whole entire series for me. The storytelling was very, very strong. I like how it because for me, like with every show, it took me a while to kind of get used to it. But once I got to like episode 4 or 5, I was into it a lot.
For me, it was 3. It does take a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
You can't just watch 1 and be done because you're going to be like, you know what, never mind. Like, wait it out till at least episode 3, and you really, really start to feel those characters. And those characters do develop in a really strong way.
True that.
Mr. NERDSoul, what do you feel about this overall? Your overall idea, overall thoughts.
Overall,
Yes.
I'm not mad at it.
But.
The production on this show, as far as the art direction and the vision, is wildly inconsistent. Wildly inconsistent. Straight up, this is like seeing, when you've ever seen like a kid like wear his dad's shirt and pretend to be his dad or something? Or like you ever seen like a little girl like put on her mom's heels like, oh, my mom.
I totally did that.
That's how I felt with these actors. I felt like, it's like, oh, look, we're Wu-Tang now. It was like, it felt like way too actory for me. Now, I did catch on around episode 5.
Yeah,
around
around
episode
then.
5, I was like, okay, I know what I'm working with. I'm here. Because I'm not particularly mad at the actors. It just seems, I think it's different when you live through that time.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I think it's different when you live through that time. Like if we watch something that happened like World War II, we're like, oh snap, I don't know, I won't there. But if you watch like Notorious, you're like, bruh.
That's the reason why I don't watch movies
I couldn't
like
watch
that.
Notorious.
I don't watch no movies or watch no shows. This is the first time I actually watched something that actually I lived through and seen it on screen. This is the first time, and I had those like, well, let me temper my expectations, keep them very, very low.
Very low.
And it's Wu, which is like my favorite group of all time.
Yeah.
And I know like very ins and outs of like every little detail of these people that's been out in the public.
Exact opposite.
So I know a lot of it. So I was trying to like just keep it all inside. So the first couple episodes for me is like,
bruh.
ooh, this is rough. This is rough. This is rough. This is
Get
rough.
past the first 3.
Yeah, once you get past, I think
I wanted to quit after the first joint. Like for real.
and that's why. But you were saying I should watch like you were the way
Because I was waiting. I was like, I know if I don't like it. I know you won't like it.
The way he was saying like it. See again with text. With text, you can't read tone. So I didn't know if he meant like you should watch this episode. It's gonna be good. Like I thought he was saying like it's gonna be good episodes. So I didn't know now he meant that he wasn't feeling it. So I couldn't tell what he was meant. Which I thought he was trying to forecast some things. I was like, oh, I won't say nothing now. I'm gonna just watch my own.
Did you still feel that way when you saw episode 6 though? Because episode 6, I felt in my gut.
I mean, I kind of warmed up to the show.
You know which episode I'm talking about, right?
Episode with that's the
With old boy on the ground.
Yeah,
Listen, did you feel that in your gut? I felt that.
So there were parts where it kind of hurt to watch.
Hurt to watch in a good way, or hurt to watch as a
when Hayes, you're talking about Hayes was on the ground.
As hurt to watch with kind of like what was going on with the cops, even the stuff like in the time with Erika Alexander, their mom, Miss Diggs, working at the at the Italian joint.
Yeah, when
it was
because
man, there was a couple times I was like, look, talk to my mama again one more time.
Right,
say something else to my mama.
Okay, look, the first 3 episodes, I couldn't get past Auntie Maxine. I was like, look, I'm still calling Maxine.
Maxine Shaw.
Yeah.
Yo. So in that case, yes, those are things that got to me, and I was definitely into it. But then you also kind of have that Straight Outta Compton stuff where you got Dre acting like he didn't like the outfits. Where it's like, dude, you were definitely into this back then. Like you were into this, and it's fine to be into it. Like stuff changed. You changed your image, like because you got RZA, Rakim, Bobby. Digi, Bobby Digi.
Pre-Digi, it's pre-Digi. It's pre-digital era.
Pre-Digi.
It's Bobby Analog.
yeah. It just seemed like he was trying to like downplay how much of a part he was in like his own like image.
But how we know? You were there?
Because we watched the documentary.
Oh,
remember?
Documentary,
The documentary, that's another thing. Watching this after the documentary is hard.
It should be the other way around.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, because I know too much now.
Yeah, it's like I know too much.
I can't unlearn things. But I think it's more of a, it's like the Wu-Tang story, but like, what I said, dramatized. Like this.
Yeah, like they throw a little Hollywood on it.
And it makes, for a TV show, I guess it has to, because it's not a documentary. It's not really, that would be good actually, which I don't think anyone's ever done really. A documentary TV show, like a documentary.
Docu-series?
Yeah, like a docu-series. That's what it should have been.
Yeah.
A docu-series. Because I would have wanted that more than this. Even though this is fine.
I like the scripted show. Like, I'm okay with it being
If I knew nothing of the Wu-Tang, I probably would like it. Really like it.
Yeah.
But
we know too much.
We know too much. There's one thing that I could not get past on the show.
Okay.
And that is the performing side of like how they were performing and how, like the actors.
Wait. When you say performing, do you mean when they were like in
rapping?
The booth
When they were rapping,
okay.
Even the studio stuff is fine. More of the performing on stage stuff. I'm like, that's not Wu.
On stage or
on stage.
Okay.
Yeah, the way they were, it seemed like they were uncomfortable, and it didn't seem like when Wu was on stage. Maybe early on they were uncomfortable. Maybe that's a real.
They were
real-
still finding
They're
their
still finding
voice.
themselves,
That was
yeah.
the whole point of showing
True,
that.
true.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be uncomfortable.
I think, but they look really uncomfortable. Like they never. I mean, because they're actors and most of them never rapped before.
Yeah, but you got Joey Badass playing. Well, that
But he
didn't
never.
come in.
But he
Yeah,
never
that didn't come in
into like
until
episode 6
like
or
episode
7.
7 or something like
Yeah.
that. But that man, them performing. Okay, Seventh Chamber is my absolute favorite song of 36 Chambers, and they messed up that song all through the first season.
By then I was already locked into the season, so I was fine with that. I was fine with the studio work.
They hurt me. They hurt me.
What did you just want them to have the real voices on it?
No, but just it seemed like they weren't like even trying to rap it. They were just like saying the words. There wasn't like a performance aspect. Like
I thought it was fine, man.
Yo, the dude that
and you
plays
know me,
Batman,
and you know I'm harsh with everything. I thought it was fine.
Okay, so how did
You must be
you
flipping
see?
tables here.
You
I don't
haven't
know
seen
what's
the
going on.
documentary, have you? Have you?
Okay, so look.
Uh-oh.
I watched part of it and then I fell asleep.
It's fine.
Oh
It's
no!
fine.
All right, cool. So
Probably were
so-
tired, right?
but-
I was tired. It was a long
But-
day. I was on set. I'm sorry.
But with that,
I'll get back to
but
it,
with
I
that
swear.
said, since you haven't seen it, how did you
I
feel
haven't
about the
finished watching it.
performances? Like when they were like rapping, actually. Like
So
spitting.
here's the thing. So I've actually seen Wu-Tang perform in real life. I was
Ooh.
a child, but I've seen Wu perform in real life. So
Ooh.
in comparison
I haven't-
to, I've seen.
You're missing out. Sorry. You might need to go do that.
So are we talking about episode 7? Are we talking about like the studio ensemble?
Yeah, like the studio stuff,
piece.
and then like all of that when they were going through. Even earlier when they were kind of spitting verses, it just didn't
ciphers?
seem.
I liked the ciphers.
It
A
was
lot of the
weird.
ciphers were fun for me. in
Shameik
terms
was
of
killing me as
Ray?
Ray, man. It was, and I like Shameik more. Shameik more watches the show. He knows we got love for him. What's up, Shameik? Nice to see you roll through. You was killing me as Raekwon. Man, he was killing me. We know too much. I think I know too much.
I blanked my mind from it by like episode 3. I was like, I can't think about and I just like watched it like to be entertained.
Be a show.
But
be a
here's
show.
here's the thing though, it's not about how much like it has to be exactly like the way that this performer performed it at this time. This is a scripted series, and we're taking these actors are bringing their life and their response to how they felt about these characters, as well as really bringing life to the character itself.
Okay.
You know, and I have to respect the art. I have to respect the craft.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they were particularly bad at acting, or it was just the rapping part. It just seemed like it seemed like that was the time when a director or someone on set would have been like, I need you to throw a little more energy in there for me, or because RZA's or fake RZA, the actor, his fake RZA, Bobby, Baby Bobby. His time, RZA's timing is weird. Before we even get started, RZA's timing is very weird as a rapper.
His flow is very strange.
Yes, but man,
I thought the guy did it.
I loved everything Bobby did. I really loved it.
I like the acapella. I think the acapella was fresh. I liked how he did that.
Okay.
The performance part when they were in the studio, I was like,
I thought, you know what, man,
it was killing me.
All things considered, because I'm hard with everything, but I was really like, I'm fine with the Seventh Chamber the way they did it.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And maybe I lost my mind. Maybe you
were just into the story because at that point you were invested.
Yeah, I was
invested.
invested. I thought it was, I was like, I like how it ended. I like how everything kind of like
came to a little crescendo.
So maybe when I rewatch it, maybe those first couple episodes won't be as bad as I thought they were.
I have actually watched the entire series twice.
Wow.
I have actually watched the entire series twice.
Wow.
It was because I was watching it by myself, and then one of my friends came over. I was like, "Yo, you gotta see this," because I felt a certain way about it. He's also a fan of Wu-Tang, so I was like, "Hey, watch it."
Yeah.
And so I've actually seen the entire series twice, and the second time around, all I had was appreciation for it. All I did was I think felt it deeper.
I think that's what it is. Like, I think that's, if I watch it again, I'm probably gonna have more appreciation than the first time I watched it.
Yeah, because the family stuff I definitely got into, but I guess there was something always nagging me with. And let me know what you feel about this. This wasn't really Wu-Tang and American Saga. This was like the origin of Bobby Digital. It's centered around. Like I feel like this is like when you look at other older stories that have like ensemble casts of like kids or something like that, and I know they weren't kids, but like younger teens, you kind of get to see a piece of all of their lives, and
maybe that's
like,
but you do,
or maybe they're setting up for like a season 2 and 3.
Maybe they already have it already lined up.
True.
That's kind of I was thinking. It's so many members. It's kind of hard to.
You go into Shy being, and I don't. I mean, how much are we allowed to give away?
This is we
let it all out.
I don't know. Like because you see where people are living. You see what their circumstance in each and every single one of those characters. You see where if somebody is homeless, if somebody is living with just if they're taking care of just their siblings. Like it goes there. And it lets you examine their lifestyle. And, to have, disabled actors being on set and not playing up to the disableism, but actually just being present, just being brothers and just being there to see that on screen was so dynamic. And it wasn't the scene was
killed
never
me when
about.
he was like, when you go and tell them that you sleeping with his sister.
Right. It's hilarious. Comic relief. It was
like,
amazing.
so when you going to say that?
Oh yeah. The brothers were that brother was he was funny. He was definitely the comic relief. Every time he talked, I was like, yo, this man's crazy.
And it wasn't about his disability.
Exactly.
Or their disabilities, I should say. And the mother, you see her coming in and out, and it's not just about her being drunk or whatever. There's an explanation of why she is the way she is, and you still see those characters still give 100% into those families.
Yeah,
and how they're connected.
Yeah, because I don't think it was the actors. It's more like I feel like the writers cared about RZA, Ghost, Raekwon, and then everybody else kind of we'll get to him.
Maybe that's how.
And
Meth's in there too. Because Meth had this whole story.
Yeah, but
in the episode.
we didn't get to.
He got a storyline. He had the flashbacks. He had flashbacks.
Oh my God! Did you see the lacrosse episode?
I'm talking about the time that we spent on them. I saw the lacrosse.
There's a full episode with just Method Man.
Way at like episode 8.
So
what?
Like,
I'm saying like
there was still a full
okay,
episode.
let's look at another show that's current that deals with multiple kids. Like you get to see like Stranger Things is one.
Sure.
You get to see way more of their lives, and I feel like this was.
Go back and watch season 1 and tell me if you still feel that same way.
All right, okay.
Because they're on season 3 now, and in
the
season
only person I think that gets shortchanged, and I'll say this over and over again, is Lucas. But everyone else, I think we get to see kind of like what home life is like. And then Lucas is like, we'll get to him when we get to him.
We know he's got a sister. That's right.
He's got a sister somewhere.
What's his mama look like? I don't remember ever seeing his mama.
Because like I was waiting to see.
Maybe a flash.
We might have seen Lucas's mom like real quick,
seconds.
Like one time.
But she had like one line.
I don't know what she looks like. I
don't remember.
I remember seeing
Rebel. Like.
Oh, go ahead.
I know what I'm saying. I know what his sister looks like.
Oh, yeah.
But what
because you can't spell America without Erika.
That is true.
But I remember, big shout out to Born Allah. Peace. Yo, Born Allah. What's today's mathematics, son? What's today's mathematics, son? You know what I'm saying?
Peace, God.
Peace, God. Peace to the gods.
What's today's mathematics? That's.
Call me back at the God hour.
Is that ironic?
Yo,
did somebody change the name for this episode?
Did
someone change the name for this episode?
Yo, Born Allah, you down with us, man? Look, 5%. You know what I'm saying? 5%. It's the 85% poison animal eaters. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all I'm saying is this: without RZA is the anchor.
Yeah.
So it has to be.
And he's the executive producer of this show.
Yes. Yeah. But it's just after seeing the documentary, it's like, oh, these guys were kind of like hanging a lot more than I feel like they were hanging in the show. But I guess for a narrative reason,
that's a lot of characters you got to add.
Yeah, I guess for a narrative reason, they were like, look. It's like trim that and let's just.
It's like doing.
I was like, yo, where's Capadonna at? Yo, where's Deck? And when I saw Deck, I remember checking the episode.
Capadonna's in jail.
Yeah, Capadonna's in. Well, he was there for a while. Then he got locked, and then they did a lot. So he should have been around somewhere. But I think it's seeing the documentary first kind of messed this up a lot for me.
Yeah.
And then also knowing other interview stuff that they've done. But when I paused it, and
can we look at the numbers of the documentary and actually find out how many people were actually viewing that? Honestly,
now that I have no idea. We had to research that,
and because maybe that's why they decided to release
to also do a show. And yeah, because I remember looking at Death, and I was like, hold up, isn't this like episode 7? Like, why are we just seeing
Meeting Inspector Deck.
Yeah, like why are we just meeting him? But at the same time, I know RZA is the executive producer. So if I was the executive producer, it'd be like, yo, NERDSoul is the illest member of the Wu-Tang Clan. Ain't nobody else around. Yeah. I'm surprised you put that time that he shot that dude in there though. And I was like,
what? Yeah.
Self-incrimination.
But he got he got.
I know he did.
He got locked up.
He got locked for that. But still, it's like hashtag no snitching. Don't put that in there.
I was actually
I know, but he got locked for it.
He did his time. He did his time. He
got. I guess
he
figured it's no
and that's when he really started.
Well, yeah.
That's
like,
right after
that's
when they really started Wu-Tang. Was right after that because he was like, okay, I'm done with this whole street stuff or whatever. Let me just really put everybody together. And that's when you go. I guess that's probably when you go and then Master Killer come around.
So maybe that's it. Maybe the song was the impetus. Him shooting the dude, and then the song is going to be like the impetus for the show to be like, all right, everybody, Voltron up.
Yeah. And that's why it's called Seventh Chamber. If you think about it, there's only 7 members at the time.
Yeah, at the time, you're right. Good point. Oh, also,
that was actually the only thing I did not like about it. I do have one. Yeah.
Okay, what was
Attila?
Oh, yeah, this random guy who comes out of jail and starts
just starts killing people for no reason. Like
that was super random.
I was like,
nah, I'm not with it. He crazy.
All right, it just felt so fake to me. It felt so.
That was so weird.
It was weird.
It was random.
Fake,
it was super random.
Dude, I paused the episode to make sure I didn't miss one. That's straight up.
You're like, where does this dude come from? No one ever mentioned.
Why do I give a fuck? Why is he killing folks?
Never heard his name spoken before in the show. And I remember actually RZA he says Attila in one of his rhymes.
Oh, word?
I can't remember what song. I think it's from Night from Forever, but he says his name on a rhyme. But I don't know if he was talking about this guy or just like we need a character to kind of, or maybe again he probably couldn't use a name or something like that, so he probably just has this random character. The second,
either way, we needed some type of background.
The one thing that made me crack up probably the most is when D Lover, Ghostface is watching the Kung Fu. And it's actually like they're actually real people like talking. And they're talking like in his brain.
That was hilarious.
I was like, yo, because it's like speaking to him.
Yeah,
it was the idea of like speaking to.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so.
I really like the
concept. The only thing is, they never set that up before.
No, they
did. Just like the animation, like you saw
animation. No, it was set up in episode 1.
Hold up.
They set that up in episode 1.
Just like the animation, you see it for like 1 or 2 episodes, and then we're like, it's never gonna happen again. And it's like, what? Well, where is it? Why aren't we going to get it again? Are you going to explain why we're never going to get it again?
In the video game?
No,
the bird?
The CGI bird?
I was like, we're never going to get it. Like,
I think they should have added more. I think every single episode should have had a little bit of animation or something. But it did, like the first episode, the second episode for sure. And then when Bobby and D Lover were like, I don't remember which episode it was, when they were actually finally getting money after his brother was in jail and all that. And they had the actual animation.
With the Wall Street cats.
Yeah. So all of those, that set real well for me. That worked very flawlessly.
But you didn't like the Terminator though. You ain't like.
I was like, if he don't go somewhere,
that was super.
I hated that character.
That was super weird and strange.
Shout out to Born on Law said today's math is wisdom. Add cipher, which draws up to wisdom. Then he says the gods and the earth love the series. They sort of misrepresented the Allah's 5% nation too, but gave us free advertisement.
And you know what? Like, I got to speak to that because legitimately, I was like loosely aware of 5%. I not having knowledge of who they are, but not really digging any deeper than that. And when I tell you, after watching this season the first time, the very first thing I did was started Googling, and I went down a rabbit hole for many hours, many hours, watching all kinds of YouTube videos, Googling different types of information, just learning more about the 5%ers and about what they stand for. And it was very, 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 very enlightening, and something I could definitely get down with. It was.
The revolution will be televised.
I'm glad that they brought that into that. I really, really did appreciate that part.
Yeah, and that actually is Papa Wu who's doing most of the talking. when they're like who's been on the Wu-Tang album.
Oh,
like,
word. So that's the same.
That's Papa Wu. That's Papa Wu. Yeah, he's on like a couple. He's on like 3 or 4 album Wu-Tang albums.
Yeah.
Like especially in like the good run of like 30.
This is the instruction that's going to be given to you by the Wu.
He's on the intro to Wu-Tang Forever. Yeah,
I love that intro. It's like it's a bad intro, but it's also like a great.
Uncle Pete is the name of the other guy who's yelling in the background. He needs to just pipe down a little bit,
Revolution,
and say things only once instead of a couple
the
things.
Wu-Tang
televised. So we understand you said it once. You don't got to say it twice.
The Wu-Tang Forever intro is like the worst, best intro of like.
It's 6 minutes.
It's way too long.
34 seconds long.
But for some reason, I never skip it.
I've never skipped
like,
it. Like
dude starts talking and I don't skip it. He'll lock you in. And I had a cousin who was like hardcore 5%. I don't know if he still is. Peace out. Shouts out. Shameik, what's up? But anyway, he was from Jersey too. See, Jersey.
But that got to do with me. I ain't got to do with me. I ain't no 5%.
He was super.
I don't know about no mathematics except 1 plus 2.
He was 5% it out.
I think.
He was 5% it out. Like full 5%. You couldn't get no more 5%er than he was. Like dude had a shirt. He had a 5% sticker on his book. He was like writing his mathematics in his notebook like every day. Like dude was, and I remember he used to break that stuff down. And I was like, I don't see it. And then when I heard Wu-Tang, I was like, oh snap! Oh, and them dudes.
My first introduction is Wu-Tang of 5%. I knew nothing. I knew nothing about that. And I didn't know anybody.
Did you go down a rabbit hole too?
No.
I was forced to go down a rabbit hole. Because I was staying at his house for like a week, and I was like forced to go down a rabbit hole.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, "You don't know nothing," because I'm a PK, I'm a preacher's kid. So he's like, "You don't know nothing. You've been fed nothing but lies." And I was just like, "I just want to play Genesis, man." Born Allah says Papa Wu, aka Freedom Allah, is like that in real life.
Oh yeah, he definitely is like that. Because remember when Action Bronson did that whole thing with Ghostface?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Papa Wu stepped to Action Bronson. There's video on YouTube. Yeah, man.
See, I'm gonna have to see that.
Yeah, man. I'll show you, just like I showed you the other stuff.
Information on YouTube.
Yeah, no. Papa Wu stepped to Action Bronson because you saw him at something they were at the same time. Yeah, they all stepped to him. Nah, they don't play like that. Don't play with the gods like that, man.
See, heaven is what you make it. Hell is what you go through. Yeah.
All right.
But now my cousin would always say stuff like it was like mad deep, and he would just pause after it and like look at you. I'd be like,
"Hey, you gotta let it marinate.
You gotta let it like sink in.
You gotta let it marinate."
All right. There was one part of the season that I was like, "Yo, what y'all doing?" When they set the bodega on fire, and everybody's running, and then while they were running around,
Wait.
Bodega.
Yeah, they were in that broken down bodega.
Yeah. The drug house?
Yeah, the drug house.
Okay, I didn't know it was a bodega.
Well, they referenced it as a broken down bodega like most of the times. I mean, multiple times.
I thought it was
so
an apartment.
when they started the fire and they were running around, I was like, yo, who's getting the money? Like I said that to the TV, like, dude, get the money. And
I knew they weren't gonna get the money. Hey man, survival before money, man.
But they had to pass the money to get to the window.
Yeah. Bobby was in the freaking room. He was in the room, sitting on the money.
He was mad about his Walkman being up there.
Yeah.
My tape up there, man. I lost the tape. Them tapes ain't cheap.
Yeah,
man.
he literally was like, my music. And I'm just like, okay, but
the money.
How you gonna eat tomorrow? Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, why didn't they grab money or drugs or something so that
they were just trying to survive. It's a fire. You don't know what to do.
Okay, but they had time to tell you, hey, let's do this. And then they couldn't grab money while they were
They were panicking. You can tell they were panicking.
Yeah, okay.
They're drug dealers.
They can't panic. Drug dealers can't panic.
Of course,
they were drug dealers, but they weren't good drug dealers.
All right, yeah, they were kind of like mid-level. They were like mid-level. They weren't advanced yet. They were like mid-level.
Power and Divine were more upper level.
Yeah, you can see it. They were like the upper street. Oh, shouts out to Marlo from The Wire.
Power, yeah.
I hated him the way you're supposed to hate him. I don't know if you're supposed to hate him, but I hated him. I was like, I want that to die. Like,
Power was cool with me until he went on Shad talking about sending him back outside to live on the roof. I was like,
I was like,
you a dirty cat, man. I was like, you and him been rolling, so you gonna pull that card on him, man. I was like, Power, you foul.
But Power was correct in the end when he took Ray out of the Cressy's place because Cressy got locked up. Now my question is, you think Power set that up?
Power set that up.
Oh, he absolutely set that up. That ain't no question.
But he could have set up and left Ray there, but he took Ray out. So he's not that slimy.
He's still slimy.
He took Ray out. Ray could have been there locked up like everybody else, and Ray would have been in Wu-Tang.
Power hit that tip line so hard. Quick. He was like, I think I know when somebody's selling drugs. But 555 3rd Street. Bye.
But they had undercovers in there, right? So undercovers were onto that guy anyway. Yeah. And good thing Ray didn't say he was a drug dealer because he would have been locked up too.
You're like, man,
they would have found him and locked him up. Because remember when he went to try to see the other person, they were like, people were like, who's that over there in that car? I'm just reading paper over here. I'm reading the newspaper.
I'm just a rapper.
I'm just a rapper. And I want to know how true is it? Did Raekwon really try to take Ghost out back in the day? And then they end up becoming like my favorite rap duo.
I heard they had beef. There was beef between Staples and Park Hill. And they had beef before they knew, they started rapping. That was a real thing. Now, I don't know to what extent. If someone shot up his house. Because I remember Ghost says, my mom's house got shot up. Remember he said that in the rhyme. Yeah. I don't know if Ray shot up the house, but somebody shot up his house. That did happen.
Because if we didn't know if it was Ray or not, and RZA put this in here, RZA technically snitched. But we'll let it slide because it is Hulu.
For story's sake and the Wu-Tang Shaolin aspect of versus each other, it makes sense. Yeah. Kind of Park Hill, Stapleton,
and you have
each other.
Both of the fists coming together to unify the Shaolin.
From a story standpoint, it's good. I think it's good.
And seeing that via the Kung Fu was like classic. So great. It was
perfect
because I know I actually watched Shaolin versus. Actually, probably have it behind you.
Shaolin versus Wu-Tang is classic.
Watched it, so I know the scene that I'm like, yo, and they recreated it, and the guy's like talking like real talk. I'm like, yo,
he was like,
this is classic. That made me like crack up so much.
Shouts out to Suncoast for having all the like kung fu movies back in the day.
Did you say Suncoast?
Yup. Suncoast had all the Wu-Tang movies.
That's like saying Camelot or Sam Goody or
Camelot
or The Wall, which we had.
Oh, The Wall. Yeah, because The Wall was up north.
You had a sticker on the back. Remember the little blue sticker? Some of them CDs up there above your head have the stickers on it still to this day. To this day. We're Born in Law saying.
What is it? Born in Law said, what is the belly when Perm Dude told? What? What is the belly when Perm Dude told?
Wait, what?
He must be talking to him. He must be.
What are you talking about?
What is the belly when Perm Dude told? I don't know.
Maybe
Perm Dude. Who was Perm Dude?
Perm Dude. Who had a perm? Who had a perm? Who had a perm in this?
Somebody had a perm?
So I need to go to IMDb and be like, okay.
I know Josh Son caught an L. Josh Son shouldn't have rocked them shoes, man. That's what got.
Oh, that might be who he's talking about. That because that hurt my heart. I'm telling you, he shouldn't have robbed him.
But you knew he was.
Yeah, we knew something bad was gonna happen. But did he have to die?
Also,
he had to go. You can't be robbing by a gunpoint like that, and not think you're gonna come after you.
On a funny tip,
and then wearing the shoes. He's a dummy for that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they were able to, with the following episode, kind of close out his story and then kind of do that little gaming animation portion.
Oh, yeah. Like
this is where he could have
been.
Yeah.
That was
taken
cool.
That whole element was great, but then you go back and it's game over, son. That's it.
Yeah. That was cool that they did that. That was interesting. I've never seen that done before.
Yeah, because at first when they started doing it, I was like, I don't get it. And then I was like, I see now. I see. And I was like, and then you start thinking about all the, because honestly, there's tons of geniuses all around the hood. Yeah. And you start thinking about all these kids, it's like, dang, if only their best friend wasn't here, or if only they weren't there, or if only, or their mom or their dad or whatever, only these little things, and now they locked up. Or now they,
now they dead.
Or now they dead or something like that. And it's just crazy. Because honestly, even with the documentary, most of the Wu had been locked up at least once before the album dropped.
Most of them, yes.
So it's like they could have easily not.
I think Ghostface was on the run when he dropped 36 Chambers because that's why he had the mask on.
Oh,
because they didn't want That's why most of them probably changed their name too, changed their rap name too, so that you wouldn't even know. I think most of them were known as this in the streets.
Yeah.
They was known as Power Divine. Like most of them, the rappers were renamed themselves probably because of that too. Like,
Yeah.
nah, that ain't me.
That ain't me.
me.
You know.
That's D-Love.
Because back then, no one like took pictures like, yo, this is the person here. There wasn't like pictures of everybody. So it's like, it's just
It
a
was
name.
analog. Hallelujah.
Yeah, it was just a name. So like your name was very important. So if you change it, no one really knows
There
who
was
you
a
were.
very hood part when they was talking about old boy was with his dad. Bobby's little brother was with his dad.
Oh, Randy,
He was like Fat Larry, and I'm like, yo, that joint be happening in the hood. You'd be like, Ugly Tasha. Oh yeah, Ugly Tasha. Like, because whenever the hood got like two of them, like it'd be like tall Mike, short Mike, fat Mike, skinny Mike. Any
Skinny Mike could actually be fat.
I
mean,
or be like Lil Mike, and you be like, oh, where is Lil Mike? And dude's like 6'5".
Tiny, tiny. Somebody named Tiny. Like, no, he ain't tiny.
And you like looking for a skinny dude, and you're like, I don't see. Like Big Sean. I remember when Big Sean first came out, I was like, he must be a big. I was thinking he was going to be like, like Big Pun or B.I.G. or something like that.
Because most of the big in rap are big, I think.
And then I was like, oh, he's just regular old Sean. Like he's not Big Sean, he's just Sean.
He's supposed to be big in other places. That's what they say.
I
don't know. I have no idea.
That's what it's been so.
That's the word.
Janae Aiko seems to know.
We say?
Janae Aiko seems to know.
Oh,
ask her.
She seems to know. I had to give this shout out because I was impressed. I really was. Bobby's sister, Shri. I was impressed, yo. Like there was a lot of times when I felt like she was killing it above everybody else in her scene. Like she brought a lot of emotion.
Acting?
Yeah, in the acting.
Oh yeah.
I feel like she brought mad emotion. Like, and I ain't going front. I know that look when you washing dishes, especially by hand, and somebody come and just lay that joint. But man, I know how that feels. I have been there. I've been at my grandma's house. And like
I've been washing.
And somebody be like, And you be like,
as soon as I got tall enough to wash dishes, I started washing dishes. As soon as I was tall enough.
I'm sorry,
to
guys.
reach a sink and get in there and do them dishes and stuff like that. Yeah, that was always disrespectful. Somebody just always.
So yeah, her emotion, her facial expressions and stuff.
I think
she really killed it.
Yeah, she's definitely a stronger character in the whole entire series. I'd say definitely. Like her storyline is good too. Like just her growing up, she's studious and everything, and you have like D-Love or Ghostface is like the opposite of that.
Yeah, my wife said he was the safe bad boy for her.
Yeah,
because like he knows the family, he's friends.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
He's still kind of a bad boy, but he's not crazy.
He's a maniac. I would say he's a maniac.
Wait. Why would you say he's a maniac?
Because every time like someone said anything that he didn't like, he just punched him in the face.
Oh yeah, he did. He got
like 4 or 5 fights.
Fuse, but
how
does that make him a maniac?
Okay, maniac may be a little strong word. It may be like how. See, when I say maniac, I don't mean like he's like crazy. It's more like he just has a short fuse.
Super short fuse.
It's like you can resolve this a better way, and he didn't resolve things too.
But when you don't have the proper education, do you really know?
How to most of them were like that. They kind of had a short fuse.
And that was the thing, is that he's a high school dropout. He didn't have that type of education, or he didn't have the type of parenting at all.
Or even the surroundings,
he had to raise himself and his brothers, and his mama, like to at least in this version of the storytelling. So if you have to be the adult for your parent and the rest of your family members, like who is teaching you how to be a man? No one was teaching him how to be a man
besides Divine and whoever else. And
half the time in this, Divine was locked up. So who is teaching him how to be a man?
Now this informs a little bit from the real world side, hopefully, unless they Hollywooded it up.
They probably did. But.
With Ghostface, as mad as Ghostface was about the statement from Divine in the documentary where Divine told him like, "Yo, this is business." And remember how he responded? He was like, "Oh, so it's business now?" Now, if their upbringing was really like where he was like his right hand man for all that time, I can see him flipping on Divine like in real life, being like, "Bruh, we've been like thick as thieves for how long? And now it's just business?" So I can see kind of but we don't know if they Hollywooded that up.
I don't know. I was gonna watch like the interviews with RZA and to see like how much, like I just need like a percentage. How much of the percentages is real and how much is it like made up or like kind of
Embellish.
Creative
embellish.
license.
Yeah.
Creative
That's all. I need a
license.
percentage, like 80% not real, like 20% not real. Like I just need to know. Just give me the numbers. I'm a numbers guy.
Does
Give me
it
the numbers.
matter if you're enjoying the storytelling?
It only matters for this because I'm a fan of the Wu, and I knew so much information about them before all this stuff. So I just need to know just for my sanity, I guess. So like, just to kind of know like how much can I believe in this, and so I can entertain it, be enjoyed. No, sorry, so I can be entertained by it and not be too much about how much is real.
Right.
That's what it. But
isn't that the complaint with any type of story that's like a
I'm just gonna go with the same complaints like everyone else has. Yes, I just want to know though. I still want to know.
I just want to know. Me too. I think, and that's why I said it's weird because we're starting to see stories that came out when we were, like coming up. So like it's just weird seeing it because when we look at reenactments or stuff of like stuff from like I don't know World War II or maybe suffrage or anything, we're just like, oh, we're watching it. But then when you watch stuff that happened, like, yo, I was there, man. I was watching BET News, MTV News. I was reading the source every month.
But there's other people that had lived through World War II that are still alive today.
But your perception is different.
But they might be the same way. Like that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. I didn't go through that.
I didn't go through that.
That wasn't there.
Yeah, so it's weird. Like I just want to. The only way I can enjoy is by distancing myself from the information that I know before. That's the only way I can really enjoy it. And so by episode 4 or 5, I started to enjoy it because I was distancing myself. Like, oh, this is not going to be like 100% real. This is going to be a show.
So I was like, just give
That's why I was so mad in the first episode. In the first episode, I was like, I'm about to turn this off. We canceling. We canceling on Wednesday. We doing albums instead.
When I really started getting into it was actually when they started doing the music business side, when he actually got signed. Yeah. That's when I really got into it. Like, okay, because initially it just felt like I was watching The Wire because it's all about drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
it was
where the
very
music at?
wiry.
I mean, where the music at?
Even had Marlo in there.
Yeah, Marlo, exactly. Marlo was even there. I'm like,
even Marlo's in
Shouts to Marlo.
Yeah. Shout out to Jamie,
whatever his real name is.
Hector or something like that.
Hector.
Yeah, Jamie Hector. Yeah. Got Marlo in here too. Yeah.
It was. I really actually enjoyed seeing him be not the bad guy, but the kind of
like regular
good bad guy. He was still not great.
He was like your
not great guy.
Sort of like your run of the mill industry guy,
manager industry guy. Yeah,
kind of like because he wasn't particularly dirty, I guess. He wasn't great.
I mean, and you have to consider the times too. Like, you know, when people of color were getting those types of management roles, you know, could they really stand up for what they really believed and like be able to speak truth to power? Could he really do that?
You had to kind of wait. You had to wait until you kind of got a little more power.
Yeah, we got Thought Crimes.
No,
he
had to wait
Thought
until
Crimes, yo,
like
Prince is sitting in the house. What up?
I can't see him. I need like Mr. Fantastic arms.
Like a super buttony pusher.
Yeah, but I need like with like a finger so it can like my fingerprint or something. I don't know. I need to figure this out. It's never that far. I don't know. I mean, whatever. Just what were we talking about?
Marlo.
Yeah, Marlo. Yeah, so he was.
I'm mad we all called him Marlo. What was his name?
His name is Marlo. All right. For the rest of
Andre.
And I'm pretty sure
Andre was his name on the show.
Andre.
Okay.
Andre.
They called him Dre.
Right.
They called him Dre.
See,
but his name is
that was funny when he had the shirt that said "We love you, Rakim." I was like, the shirts were the wrong shirts. Like that was funny. Like that whole. Because
that's not my name.
My background is studio engineer, live engineer. So I like to see that world like at that time, like how like sound guys, because sound guys were like that. And
yo,
like
sound guys,
we can't do it. And then when Just Ice, right? Just Ice was like the one who was there, right?
Yeah.
He was like, nah. I know you can hook it up. Don't do this to me. Like, hook up all the speakers. I know you have that capability. Don't do that to me. Yeah. And sound guys are like that. They really are lazy.
Lazy.
No, I'm serious. Lazy sound guys. Especially if they're in the union. Lazy dudes, man. Sorry.
I can't call a sound guy lazy because I've worked with some incredible sound engineers.
Live music sound guys or like editing sound, like which one?
Both.
Really?
Both on
all
set,
my live guys I've dealt with.
Maybe the level that we were at, probably that's probably.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because we performing at the level where I'm getting paid like 200 for a show. So I'm not, it's not like it was like, oh, I step in the door and I'm getting like 10, 20 grand, 50 grand to perform. No, I'm getting like 200.
We got Susie Analog in the house.
Oh, snap. Yo, I haven't seen,
He done messed up the video.
I haven't seen Susie in forever. So what's up? What's up? Nice to see you.
What's up, Susie? I don't know who Susie
okay.
is.
Susie is a producer, rapper, singer, DJ,
record label owner.
Record label owner too?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Oh, well, congratulations to you.
Never normal.
I don't know if it's a new congratulations or an
nah,
old one.
It's been around for good like 6-7 years. So yeah, never normal.
It's new to me.
we got Gerald Introvert too in the house. Gerald Introvert.
What up?
What up, man? Jersey stand up. Yeah, he's Jersey.
All
Hi,
right,
Gerald.
Yeah.
Question for both of you guys.
What's up?
ODB.
Oh my God, I loved ODB. I'm sorry.
I had no problem with ODB.
I had no
ODB
problem.
was probably in terms
It
of
was hilarious.
in terms of all the characters and like what they look like and sound like. For
You
me,
knew
he
immediately.
He was the best for me.
Immediately, you knew.
And
who
you're
he
gonna
was.
say me and him are on opposite. It's gonna be opposite.
This is opposite day because usually I'm liking it and you're like nah, it ain't all that. And so now we flip it.
We flipped it. The tables have turned.
Wow, the tables have turned, man. Okay,
You didn't like
sorry,
ODB.
but when he first
Well, I'll
was
let
hitting
y'all-
on-
I'll
when he
let
was
y'all
first-
hit.
When he was first hitting on Homegirl in
Staten Island.
yeah,
No,
Staten Island,
yeah.
not Staten Island.
and he's like, I ain't
Statue of
moving
Liberty.
out this line till she give me her number.
Statue of
Like
Liberty,
I was with him from that moment. From that moment, I was.
That
with
was-
him.
yo,
It
that
was
was-
hilarious.
That was probably the. I mean, it was. I don't know. What do you feel about it, Mike? Because I know you hate it, man. You hate it. Go ahead, hate on.
Why are you hating?
I'm not
Let's
hating.
talk
Hate
about
on.
the hate.
Hate on player.
Let's talk about the hate. Tell us.
It seemed like he was trying too hard.
No, negative. Negative.
Even our studio audience is like, what?
Negative.
And now I have
No.
a question for you. Now, if ODB was still alive, you think that character would have been like that? Because a lot of characters, like RZA doesn't. The guy who played him, doesn't look like RZA. It's nothing related in terms of anything, mannerisms or anything like that. He did have the walk though. RZA does kind of walk like that. Which is strange. Like, how do you get the walk like that? Like and the way he had his boots and everything. It's very RZA-esque at that time.
I'm a fan of Anton
But-
as an actor, so I can't hate on him.
And he was in Moonlight, right?
Anton?
Yeah.
Was he?
I
Was
don't
he in
know.
Moonlight?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Anton was definitely in Ashton. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. What I disrespect.
Still watches the show. He's still cool. We
It's
got
all good.
love
He
for
watches
him.
the show. It's all
here.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
But ODB.
Yeah.
Like,
But I warmed up to him. I will say I warmed
Okay.
up.
I was
warmed up.
there from
when
the
we
beginning.
when they were on tour, I warmed up to him.
Okay.
At first, before not in Texas, when they got to North Carolina, I warmed up to him.
Okay.
In Texas, I
Not
was
New
just
Orleans.
Like, I was
Not
like,
New Orleans.
No, New Orleans was after Carolina, wasn't it? I thought it was
think
after
so.
Carolina.
I think it was-
Okay, well then
It was
New Orleans,
Texas, New Orleans.
Okay, then New Orleans is where I kind of when they were
I
at the
think even if on
when
a
they had the radio station.
geographically, that
it
would make
seemed kind of.
sense.
I guess I kind of let it go after that period. But when he first came on screen, I was just like, ah. But I will give him this. He probably looked the closest.
That's what
as
I'm trying to say.
anybody.
That's what I'm trying to say.
He probably looked the
Actually-
closest as anybody to that
Actually,
character.
Divine. Actually, that guy.
No, yeah, Divine. Yeah.
I was like, is that Divine?
Like Divine in this joint?
Is that him?
Divine came out of retirement because
Yeah.
he was sitting on this boat in the documentary, boy.
If he can sit on a boat, he got money now. He good.
Oh yeah,
Divine good.
He
was a business guy. He was a business
no worse
guy.
for wear up in that joint.
He was the business guy. He knew exactly what he was doing. You see him going to school, getting his
Yep,
GD or whatever he was doing.
He got those finance economics books. He knew what he was doing. He was
a
like,
little too pretty for me.
but that's how he looks.
No.
That is how he really looks.
That's actually how he looks. Actually,
I need a little more.
a little scrub.
A little more.
but that's how he actually like.
No, like I know. I'm
Yeah.
like I see the resemblance. I
Yeah.
feel it. I feel it. I'm
okay.
just a little too pretty. Easy on the makeup for season 2. Easy on the makeup.
Oh man,
You think they're gonna get season 2?
I hope so. I want to see a season 2. I do. I want to see a season 2. I want to see how it develops.
I think that you know what? To see more of the Wu parts, Wu-Tang, I would like a season 2.
This was so much of the beginning.
Look
season 1 was
at Mike.
so
Look
much of the
this hater
beginning.
over here. Hater.
Hating.
Got a hater in the house.
Listen, this was some fun storytelling. Why not?
It's
have
weird.
A season 2?
I think, you know what? It's because I've been too woo for my whole life.
Too
all right?
woo.
Too woo. All right? I've been too woo. Because honestly, if you step back and you're like, this is just a story about a group. I'm like, oh, this is cool to watch. But then when I'm like, this is the Wu-Tang, and knowing like all of the interviews that I've watched or read, plus the documentary and interviews here and there, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, it feels like how they Hollywooded it up. You know what? And this, I am not trying to equate this, but I remember when a lot of my family members that served in the military were extremely displeased with the Pearl Harbor movie. And I'm not equating these. I'm equating the representations of.
Okay.
I know how they feel now. Because I'm like, this ain't the Wu-Tang. This is not the Wu-Tang. And I was like, I was mad. But I warmed up to it. I did warm up.
I think watching it again, like, that definitely will help. I think watching it again. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it again though. I may have to watch it again quick before Hulu, that free trial again or whatever. I don't watch it.
I'm gonna need you to pay for your Hulu.
I don't got no. I don't.
Shouts out to
I was
Auntie
telling
that
you
fell
before
on the
he came.
road when she was trying to chase Divine. That was hilarious. Also,
Wait,
Auntie that fell on the road when she was trying to chase Divine. Remember, she was trying to beat him with
The flashback.
Yeah, the flashback.
When they were down in North Carolina.
Also, family members, when someone blows up and you knew you treated them like trash when they was little, don't be trying to be smiling all up in their face all late.
Clearly
all
she
late
was
in the
unaware.
game. Trying to smile. Oh, Prince Rakeem now. Like, no, you out. You're not invited.
What do you think of
Auntie was a drug dealer. Don't act like you
Yo,
missed that part. Auntie
you
was
know
a drug
what?
dealer.
Yeah,
she was.
At the tobacco
That was not grade A government approved. Philip Morris. All right, that was not.
Yeah.
They was on the road just with tobacco leaves. Like, yo,
yeah.
Look, I got 5 leaves right now. What you want?
Now they were drug dealers.
They were drug dealers of the day.
But I loved the uncle. I really did. I love to see that.
And he's in
really
a lot of other stuff.
strong
He's
black-
dope. I've always liked him.
You talking about the actor?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, he's a mad stuff, and I've always loved him. He's cool. I saw him and I was like, he's dope. Auntie though.
But it was a beautiful representation of Black manhood and strength. And it was one of the only ones that we really, really saw on the show, that type of level. And he said he had respect and love for his sister. He didn't really challenge the way that she disciplined children, but he did step in when Bobby felt like he needed someone.
Yeah.
He stepped up, and he really gave that Black manness that we need. And I really had an appreciation for that.
What about Bokeem? Woodbine.
Bokeem is
Randy's father.
Randy's dad.
Randy's dad.
Randy's pops.
Brother's father. Yeah,
Okay.
That whole,
Unfortunately,
the
I'll
Ohio
say this.
situation.
Unfortunately, Bokeem's role is, at least for me, and what I've seen with me and my brother and my friends and blah, 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 all too common. All too common. Oh, I'll see you 3 years from now, and I'll act like I was here yesterday. See you 5 years from now, and I'll act like everything's all good.
And that's what I appreciate about Cherie.
When I saw this, I was just like, this hits home. I was like, oh, I know this guy.
And that's a good thing, though. If you can watch something and you can immediately say, I know him, then...
Bokeem. Boy went from the shocker to being a deadbeat dad. It's a shame.
But was he...
did more than the shocker, but okay. That's kind of...
Well, I mean, he was in Strap. He was, Jason's Lyric. Then he was the shocker.
No, you're missing like 10 years
lot.
worth of work there. Man.
Then he was the shocker. No, it was bad. Shouts out to Bokeem. Much love for you. You know what I'm saying? You killed it in this role because I hated you, so you did a good job.
I didn't hate him.
That was a fairy tale.
But it turned out good. Yeah, it turned out.
He took them out of that crazy situation.
They got their house.
Yeah.
And she was gardening at the end.
Oh yeah, she was. She had that little scooper and everything. So
they had the house with the yard. He delivered on what he promised, and we'll see.
Dirt scooper.
Scooper.
We're gonna call it a scooper.
It scoops dirt. What does it do?
It's kind of a spade, but shovel.
What does the spade do? Scoop. It's like taking an outside spoon
Well,
for your dirt.
It's you have to dig and then scoop.
Well,
Yeah, you can't
It's
just
gotta
scoop.
dig
Yeah,
first.
kinda
it's a
dig.
digger.
It's a.
You know what? I'm not even gonna go there because I'm not even gonna give y'all the
Satisfaction of
Yeah.
what?
I don't know if we should say that one.
It's a spade.
Spade.
Yes, it's a spade.
Call a spade a spade.
I'll call the spade a
A
spade.
Yes. That's what you should do.
I do like how Cherie curbed her when she was like, "You can work with me." She was like, "I'm going to get the dishes done." Okay, like she was like, "What dinner or something like that?" She was like,
dinner. Yeah.
"But I'm not getting in the dirt." She curbed it real quick. But this is a show that hated at the beginning, and towards the end, I was like, "I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it." I was mad up until like episode 5, but then I was like, you know what? Let the show happen. Let it happen.
It's gonna happen anyway. But no matter what you say about it, it's gonna happen. So
RZA like, you can't stop me.
season 2. Season 2 is gonna happen. They need to happen. It needs to
I
happen.
plan
I think
season
I want to
2.
see more of the Wu-Tang. I want to see
Yeah.
U-Guard and Master Killer and all the other characters coming in.
Yeah.
Maybe Capadonna get out of jail,
There was a
Cappuccino.
lot of exposition. in
Capadonna
season
Goins?
1.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy looks nothing like Capadonna though. I'm like, what? That's Capadonna?
Yeah, because
Interesting.
we were chilling. I'm like, so
Interesting.
Capadonna's in jail, just chilling. And
No, Cap was in jail.
No, but I'm just saying at the time when Devon was there, because I was trying to think. Because see, when I'm watching
might-
this,
I
and
think-
this is the problem with this show. While I'm watching it, I'm trying to remember interviews and the documentary,
the problem. You
and,
gotta let
and
it
also
flow.
You have to
articles.
just
And
let
I'm
be in
like,
the story.
was Capadonna in jail with Devon?
See.
I don't think that happened.
I think he
And
was. I think he was.
Because
Maybe at the same jail though.
Well,
I was
yeah.
like, they could have been in
Yeah,
jail
they-
at the same
yeah,
time, but
maybe
not
at the same jail, yeah.
Cool.
I
They were
think-
like, for story.
Capadonna was definitely in
condense
jail.
this.
Capadonna was definitely in jail when the Wu-Tang was especially like first album. Definitely was in jail.
Because he was known to be spitting before then.
Yes.
So,
And with them, but
I will give them that.
the thing is there was no mention of Capadonna rapping before that.
Thank
Or
you.
any kind of connection. So it's whatever. He's like the 10th member. Why we talk about the 10th member?
It's like putting Street Life in there. There's no reason.
Exactly.
Much love to you, Street Life. Glad you watched the show, but just saying. I mean,
Yeah. Because again, we didn't even see all the Wu-Tang members anyway. So why even
yeah, it's true. We ain't have Master Killer. You know what I'm saying?
No Master Killer, no
Master
U-God.
Killer,
Of
no
course
U-God.
no U-God. He wasn't even consulted on this.
Oh,
I
snap.
looked at all the names. I saw all names consulted. There's no U-God there.
No, you got.
No U-God.
He wrote a book, man. RZA.
Well,
you
U-God's
at?
he's on the outs. With
Yeah,
the
you know, he
Wu-Tang.
ain't- He ain't bleeding.
He ain't feeling- he ain't
Last
feeling
interview
it.
I saw with you, God, he was not. Don't seem like he's too happy with the RZA.
I heard the book doing
Y'all
well.
over here gossiping and
I heard the book doing well.
well.
We got the Wu gossip. Wu gossip.
We got the Wu gossip.
Instead of the Wu, instead of news, we got Wu news. That's
Wu
what it is.
news. That's right.
See, news and gossip. See, that's the difference between news and fake news.
Some of this is real.
No,
though.
this is real.
This is real though.
This-
We ain't no fake. We reported it from their
There-
mouth.
we
From
are
their mouth.
reporting- Like, there's an interview where he's talking about how he hates that album that RZA made.
Which one?
That one that won the special album, the art album. He hates
Once Upon a
that.
Time in Shaolin.
Oh yeah. Oh, he hates that.
Do we all have an artist that we respect or even love, and they have at least one album that we're just like, that was kind of garbage?
Well, see, but this one is different because it's a little more egregious because he made it. He
I
made
see
a
that.
Wu-Tang album kind of in secret. It's like he kind of like recorded like little like tracks here, like verses here and there, and like stitched together an album. And he was like, "Here's a Wu-Tang album," and nobody in the Wu-Tang knew it was a Wu-Tang album.
Yeah.
And-
It was a little slimy.
And then they did the whole thing where only making one copy and it's gonna be like man.
It was $1 million or something.
And then the douchebag
copies?
dude.
Oh, you got one?
Oh, you. Oh. Studio audience. Studio audience don't.
Oh, 2 mil.
Oh, 2 mil.
Oh.
Oh, and the dude that raised Skrelly or whatever.
Yeah.
He whacked.
I don't want to say Skrelly because every time I see his name, that's kind of disrespectful. Because his name is just close to each other.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
He was whacked. Then he bought the album. And he was trying to act hard, Ghostface and stuff. It just ended up being a mess. And
Yeah.
so you God has not been too chummy with RZA. But I mean, things can always change.
Things can always change. He was in the documentary, so
Yeah, he was in the documentary. So things can always change. I'm holding out hope that they get back together one last time for one album, just one more. No, hold up. You like the show? Why don't you like my idea of them combining one more time, man? Just one time.
Because they've combined it like 4 times since the last good album.
But they haven't healed though. They haven't healed.
They can't heal because the main guy can't be. RZA is the problem. IG we gone.
Oh, IG we gone.
We are there to go. I just let it go. Ain't
like,
nobody was there. We good. Some people showed up, but ain't nobody was there at the end. We good. They can't. Man, RZA is the problem. He's the solution and the problem. If RZA can get right, then the Wu can get right. If he can say he's sorry for these certain things that he did throughout their history, this last one is the album, which was a major problem. Then they get right. But if it ain't.
Oh, and speaking of that,
they hold a lot of grudges. These dudes hold a lot of grudges.
A lot of grudges. I will. Well, first, I know you're interested in the season 2, right?
I want to see a season 2.
Okay. What do you want to see in a season 2?
So this for season one was a lot of exposition, right? It was a lot about we didn't even get into their names. We haven't even got Bobby's name at the end of this episode. At the end of season 1 is still Bobby. I mean, or Prince Rakim, right? Yeah, it hasn't even become RZA yet. So I need
Prince Rakim.
Yeah, Prince Rakim. Yeah.
So I need him to be. I need him to become RZA.
Okay.
That's what we need to see that. We need to see that growth. We need to see Divine go from the unsupportive brother to the manager.
Because you see it a little bit at the end. You see,
but it was a nugget.
Just like, that's good, man. Yeah. Remember he got signed, like that's good, man. Like he's gonna be the man. That's just all we got from him.
It was congratulations on you, brother. But it wasn't okay. Let me try and make this into a business. I need to see all of that part.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's so. There's so much more.
He was like, I started working on QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Now I was like, oh, look at
even
your big old gray computer.
Ghostface, the Dennis, the D-Love, that. The baby and
everything.
Like how that whole situation.
Oh, yeah, because that's something I never knew.
I need to know about the baby.
See, I didn't know about it.
I knew that.
I was like, what?
There's a bunch of couple intermingling going on with the Wu, too.
Because, like,
that's like not the only one I don't think.
The second time they showed them together, I was like, y'all gonna mess around and get pregnant. Y'all better stop.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, snap, she did?
I knew that. I think Haas told me, like, years ago. I knew that.
I love how Bobby finds out that they're together when they find out that Cherie is pregnant. It's like Bobby didn't even know they were together until Cherie was pregnant.
It's funny how Auntie called it on site though. She was like, "Oh, so how long has this been going on?"
Oh yeah. Auntie,
she's like, "Hey, how's everything going? How long has it been going on?"
That's because dudes are a little oblivious when it comes to their little sister's looks, right? When it comes to the like actual like glances that a girl does when she likes a boy. Like, that's something that is literally oblivious to men. They just don't see those things. So
yeah, but then the mom didn't even notice. The mom was just...
Well, the mom was working 2 jobs.
She working too much.
She was working 2 jobs. How's she going to notice? She wasn't present.
Raekwon saw that joint in the back window, though. He was like, what? He was like, I'm telling... Now, that, I'd have been snitching on that. I'd have been telling all that.
Who are you going to tell?
Divine. Because if you want to break down,
Ray and Divine weren't really, because remember he's with Power, so
but
he could only tell Bobby. He wouldn't tell Divine. Divine was locked up at the time.
He couldn't tell Bobby.
True, because that was the day. Divine got locked.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
So yeah, good point.
He could have told Bobby. Somebody could have told Bobby.
Bobby.
Did you? And love.
So, but what I will say, though, is we probably won't need anything past the season 3.
Like, so you mean 2 more seasons, you're saying?
I think we absolutely need a season 2.
Okay.
And I think just for closure's sake and just to kind of round out the full story, because
or at least the beginning, I guess, or the 90s-ish, maybe?
Well, I would go even into the 90s and when they get successful and seeing all of that and having all that wonderful music on screen. I would love to see all of that. And then, we don't need more than 3 seasons.
Right off into the sun. Like, release Wu-Tang Forever and just like...
Yeah, Wu-Tang Forever should be the because there's nothing really after it. No, I'm messaging. There's some good albums that drop after Wu-Tang Forever. Like, a handful.
Yeah.
Like
so I
Supreme
think
Clientele,
3 seasons and we're good.
Yeah. The W.
No, Supreme Clientele and the W. That's what I said. That's it. That's the list.
There's
a couple other
ones. 2000. That dropped after Forever,
Yeah,
right?
It's cool. It's a cool album. It's cool. Got some joints on it.
Did you just say it's cool?
It's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool album. I'm still
He
waiting
wasn't
for.
feeling
I'm
it.
still waiting for a Method Man classic. We'll just say that.
I would love to see
Well, with that-
like a greatest hits of Method Man.
'Cause-
I would
Because
buy that
collectively, like he's
immediately.
got the songs,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
not on an
I
album.
would totally buy that.
His
I
features
would.
are way better than his album.
Yeah, a greatest hits from Method Man.
Method
can
Man
we
has
please
probably
have
some of the
that?
greatest features of all time,
I would,
but not
yeah.
on his own stuff. That is it. It is known. That's what it is known.
I don't know if we say
Look,
it's known.
Through the Wu community is known.
Does Haas agree with you on this?
Haas definitely agree. Oh, he likes
You
to-
too?
No.
You too?
He likes the cow. He's a Takao guy.
Takao is just like, yo, that's that real, son.
No.
Takao is not that realness.
It's cool.
You know what, guys? This is a great place to end.
Wait, I don't even know who Takao is.
Takao is Method Man's first album.
Oh, okay,
So,
got you.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
it over
cool.
here now.
It's got a couple joints.
A couple.
I can name you songs. Don't ask
Okay.
me about his album. Shit, I don't know.
The singles
to
were
my
good. The
left.
singles were good.
It's
Bring the
singles.
pain. You know what
I
I
know
mean?
it's singles.
That's cool. That's all you need to know. You
Yes.
got nothing else.
Yeah. I need a greatest hits. That's all I need. Just
when
the
I-
greatest hits.
Don't
No,
listen.
I'm playing around. No,
don't
actually,
listen to the far left.
okay,
right
no.
now.
Throughout the years, Takao's actually been liking it more throughout the years. But
Okay.
when I first heard Takao back then, it was cool. But as
I
the
might
years
need
go
to
on,
re-listen
I'm
to
warming up
that.
to it. And it may be
Okay.
because of Haas, my friend Haas. It may be because of him.
Okay.
But before I'm like,
Okay.
what? Takao? Nah, that ain't the one.
Haas, yo, shouts out. If you watching now in any way, yo, Haas, your joint on his joint,
It's the second time you're saying this now. It's the second time you're saying this. You said this already. You heard it already.
yo,
The first time, okay?
He
Sir?
really wants
it's fine.
this.
And you want to know why I'm doing a new one thing that this show made me do or made me realize I need to appreciate people more. When I saw them fighting together all in as the music video,
Oh, yeah,
when I saw them all fighting, I was like, you know what? If these brothers just appreciated each other enough, it could have been worked out. We could have talked this out. It didn't have to get this far. And you know what? I'll end it off with that. Appreciate yourself and others. Now, not to the far left. We're gonna let that cool because he said stuff about Takao. But to my left, producer extraordinaire, logistical master, Wu-Tang TV show aficionado.
Because she's watched it twice.
She's watched it 2 times. Dos.
Dos.
I don't know.
Dos Wu.
Dos Wu.
Deep dive
Telemundo.
into the practice.
Telemundo, what?
I don't know. But Angelica Robinson.
Thank you, Danny.
And where can the wonderful people find you?
Oh, Instagram.
You say Instagram like it's not a big app too. You like Instagram.
The Instagram?
The
Like
Instagram. I mean, you write,
The
type in my
Facebook?
name, Angelica Robinson, legit, I'll be the person that shows up. Angelica Producer on Instagram. You can also Google Tell Me a Story Productions. And if you're ready to work, you can give me a call too. I mean, I'm Twitter, Angelica Produce. Instagram is Angelica Producer. Just a little R there. I had to switch it up.
Look.
I had to switch it up on the other one. That's it on the web.
Cool.
On
Well,
the web. Digital.
to the far left.
What you gonna say? Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing slick.
Beat
Okay,
producer
that's better.
extraordinaire. MPC master. J Dilla aficionado.
Okay.
Free trial having ARCKATRON.
I am a free trial dude.
I be doing that during the live.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say. All right. Sample. You got to sample it. You know what I mean? So you got- you can find me at ARCKATRON.com and ARCKATRON on all streaming platforms soon. Space Bridge coming soon. And also you can find me at ARCKATRON on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The only thing I'm not on is TikTok. That's the only thing I'm not on.
I'm on TikTok, actually.
I gotta get on
I'm
TikTok.
not on
That's the only thing I'm on Snapchat too. You can find me on there. I'm on it, but I ain't on it though. You know
I'm
what
on
I'm saying?
Snapchat too, but I never use it.
I've deleted the app like years ago, so I don't.
My
know that.
7-year-old niece will use my app, so you'll go to mine and you'll see my 7-year-old niece because I ain't on there.
Man, she's way younger than I thought she was. Man, she has child labor law should be involved. You know? Is she working on movies? She must be a prodigy.
You will not see my face.
And to my far right, we have interview extraordinaire, Comic-Con aficionado, knows all the comic books in the universe and all the known universes outside of this universe.
Well,
NERDSoul.
I don't know about all that.
All of them.
But NERDSoul, that's right. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, iHeartRadio, podcast, TikTok, all that jazz. And watch me on YouTube. If you don't like watching me, then listen to my podcast. If you don't like listening to me, then what you do is you play the podcast but put it on mute so you still support the brother. And then make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you hit that thumbs down, I'm gonna send power after you. And you know you don't want that. Because he gonna call the cops and then walk away slow. All right? So,
No, Tiller after.
Yeah, Tiller. You don't want
Get
that.
a Tiller after.
Big shout out to everyone that we had in the chat. On that side, we had Thought Crimes.
Actually,
Who knows? A lot.
Thought Crimes, Gerald Introvert. I'm on the internet. Mr. Brooks.
Mr. Brooks.
Femi.
Femi.
And the other person I don't remember the name was. Sorry.
Cool. And over here we had Born Allah giving us today's mathematics. Big shout out. He said Ghostface holds down the Wu sound still, and Ray's last album was a more traditional Wu sound. So, I guess.
No. I haven't heard. But I
breathed hard.
I just had a deep sigh.
It was a hard breath.
I haven't heard it though, so I can't say too much.
Oh man! So thanks for coming through. Peace, y'all. Man, look, hey, for today.
Woo for you.
Woo. A woo for you.
Woo for you.
Hey.
Woo for everybody.
Wu-Tang Financial. You know what I'm saying? Diversify. And
diversify your
I
bond.
don't know. Do whatever you gotta do.
Diversify your life. Shit.
Yeah, diversify your life. Stop doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
Get some friends.
What he said.
Get some friends. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Woo for you. NJ.